Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Total Party Chaos. I am your Chaos Keeper, Billy Visna, and I am joined by a great group of people here today. I'm going to let all you guys introduce yourselves, and we'll go on.
Hello. My name is Jacob, or JC, and I'm joining. I run a YouTube channel called JC Productions. I'm on Twitch on Parnat, Parknat, but none of that matters because I am actually tonight Dante Smokespy, brother, terrible person, and probably not trying to get better.
Beautiful. Hi, I'm Haley, and if you want to find me, you can find me here on Tales of Initiative. So check out all of our VODs; they're great to watch. Otherwise, check us out on YouTube. And I'm going to be playing Ash, Smokespat, the ambitious fire genasi on a dangerous journey alongside of her brother, navigating the balance between redemption and ruin.
You see, for everyone watching and listening, the only place you can find Haley is here on Tales. So if you want more Haley, you have to just keep watching, keep tuning in. I mean, she's also in Tales of Exantia. Help me out here, Haley.
Sunset over
Bengalia.
Bengalia, and Tales does Tales.
I'm mixing the two together.
Look at
So
us.
you're going to remember that now, and it's going to stick in your brain, and you're going to be like, that's not right, but...
Tales
just
of
remember it's from
Bengalia.
me. Yeah. Anyways, I'm Natalie. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at new to you with 3 U's because the username with 1 U was already taken, so I had to improvise. And 2 U's just didn't look quite right. I am playing Doll tonight, and she is just trying to figure out where she fits into this world. So, once again, back to you, Billy. I'm gonna
Fucking
lead
best
off on
anchor. Your hook is so
Every
great. I
time.
love it every single time. Well, thank you. I do want to run like a tally board for how many times like we all like even myself has screwed up like Tales things. Because even the name of my own show, I'm like, oh yeah, like the it's great. So I get it.
that. What did On call it the other day? Was it
Tales of the
Tales
Table.
of the Tales of the Table?
Tales of the Table. Thank you for watching Tales of the Table. We really appreciate you.
I've stolen
It's
that
the name of my
for
new
a
show, yeah.
whole idea. No,
Yeah,
don't.
that's
I've already
not
taken it.
Yeah.
It's
we
gonna
do.
be a Patreon exclusive.
Licensed at this point.
We
Yes,
do also
please
have to
make
call
it.
out.
Yes.
No On tonight, which we hope you feel better, do great things. We miss you. You're fantastic. So kick butt, and we will totally miss you on tonight's episode. But yeah, before we get into it, who is filling in for On's awesome recap every episode? Who's taking
You already know it's me.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hit it.
Alright, so last week, to catch you all up, last week on Tales of Initiative, we played another fun session that you may have missed out on or you were here for. It's one or the other. 50-50. So last week a few things happened. Dante and I went to go pick a fight with Brooke because Brooke has a stick up her butt. Maybe it's an icicle up her butt. We don't know yet. And she kicked our asses. Like, Doll got to a point where she was like, I'm out. This isn't helping. And then Dante got sliced and diced open like he was a deli ham. And so then we bounced. We just kind of paid our mutual respects. We're like, you're a lot stronger than we are. And so we left. At the same time, Foxmoth went back to Luther, the little satyr's house, and apologized for just how aggressive they approached the situation and hoped to make amends in the slightest way possible. At the very least, I think we're all hoping that Luther is going to take that apology to heart and forgive us. And then, while all this was happening, Ash went and helped out Argyle set up the bar and serve drinks and was just doing a killer job with that. We went and checked back in a few times, all of us did, and Ash was there just being like the wonderful bartender that she is. And then Doll went, checked in, peaced out, went to the woods, and curled up in the little like beetle crater, like where we found all of those like chitinous pieces of like beetle scales. I don't know what you would call it. And she like laid down to try to get a long rest, and instead she had a nightmare from somewhere. Is it her past? Is it the future? You'll have to stay and find out. But then instead of getting a long rest, she took a point of exhaustion. So we are back here. The festivities are still full at play, and that's where we're gonna pick up on tonight's episode. Very long.
Sick recap, man. Good job. I will take it.
Beautiful.
Okay. With all that out of the way, we still got one more thing to talk about. Well, two technically, because I really, really, really want to keep pushing how awesome this is. Both of these things. First, we have to thank tonight's sponsor, which I just keep reusing this fantastic little thing because I love it. But please look at our awesome sponsor tonight. Into the AM! If you use Tails, you save 10% off your order. Going to the website, they have some really fantastic graphic tees. They have some really great sweaters, long sleeve shirts. They have so many awesome things. I'm a really big fan of lo-fi. My awesome, adorable, tiny little wife loves lo-fi stuff. And they have so many fantastic lo-fi selections, in my opinion. They have a ton of other really cool stuff, too. They have, like, space-themed stuff. They have Viking-themed shirts. They have a lot of really neat stuff. And it's really neat because you save some money when you buy the fantastic shirts. And if you use our little code, that would be really great because it actually also helps us afford keeping the lights on in the place. So, you know, we don't starve, and that makes us feel great at the end of the day. So thanks. But on top of that, there's one more fantastic thing we have to talk about, which I am really, really, really happy to keep talking about it because it's actually doing really great, is our Patreon. We have a Patreon right now that if you haven't tuned in, I've probably sold it 100 times at this point, that Matt, our very own Matt, put together in his time, and it is so cool. There's so many great polls. There's great benefits to being a member with us. We have a lot of really cool things that also affects what we do on our shows. So if you go over and do that, you have a chance to be able to affect some of the outcomes of what we do on our current shows. And there could possibly, and I can't say that for sure because I don't know, I barely work at Tales. But, and there could be an awesome Patreon exclusive show sooner or later. We don't know that. So if you like all that Tales goodness, that little nougaty center of Tales, there's more nougat over on Patreon, and it's a lot nougaty-y. So go find it, because you'd be great, and you'd not hurt our hearts. Alright. I think that is pretty much everything. So, I still don't have a speech, and I still didn't fix it. So that's fine. We're gonna wing it just like before. With all that out of the way, go grab your smut books. Go save your ecosystems! Because it's time for another episode of Total Party Chaos. Motherfucking transition, bitches. What?
Chaos!
Okay, so let's pick up where we last left off. Dante, you left the camp, the Spectre Spirits caravan to kind of go off on your own for a little bit after your moment with your tussle with Brandwave. Doll and Ash. Both of you at the moment are, I believe, Ash, you are still serving at the caravan, if I'm not mistaken. And Doll, remind me where you're at currently.
I have just woken up, and I don't know how much time has passed. I will leave that up to you, but I have just woken up inside the crater, and I'm, like, exhausted. So.
Perfect.
I was trying to take a long rest, so we can, like, divvy out how much time
Completely
actually
understood.
passed.
We will say... Doll, we'll start with you. As you wake up from last episode, You wake up from your dream. I mean, it was vivid. It was the nightmare you recall very vividly now, I could say. Again, as you sit up, you do notice that there was one of those pink vines, like just a little bit of it, but it was pressed up against your back as you slept in the middle of the crater. As you look around, the crater is empty. There is no one. Everybody seems to be vacant, just like when you went to sleep in the crater. It's getting dark. Well, I mean, it's dark at this point, probably.
Okay. Out of my mess kit, because I usually carry around my bag of holding with me. Out of my mess kit, I'm just gonna get the little, like, knife that they give you to, like, because I can imagine there's, like, a fork and a spoon and a knife in there. And with, like, a rag or a piece of my clothes, I kind of want to see if I can cut off a piece of that pink vine and maybe either, like, ideally, like, put it in, like, a little glass vial or something. I don't know if I have a glass vial. I don't see it on my inventory, so I'm just gonna assume I don't. But just, like, wrap it up then in, like, a little rag and put it back in my bag of holding to, like, look at later.
Can you do me a favor? As you go to, like, cut a little piece off of it, can you roll me a nature check?
Of course I can roll you a nature check. I'm so excited for this. Okay. I'm gonna try out new dice because, like, all of my dice have been first.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
not very good. Nature. Oh, not too bad. 15.
15. With the amount of time you spent, like, studying plant life, I would say as you, like, go to kind of carve a piece off of it, you, like, feel kind of like this plant, like, whatever this vine is, recoils almost, as you cut a little piece off. Like, it's like almost like vibing a little bit, and it kind of just rests back in the position that you picked it up from.
Am I, like, was I able to cut a piece off, or did it, like, shrink away and not
You
let?
did cut a piece off.
Okay.
The little piece that you have, though, like, starts to lose, like, its fluorescent pink. It starts to, like,
Okay.
fade as you put it in that little container.
Okay, that's okay. I can imagine I'll be able to derive something from it later, even if it's not, like, glowing, so that's okay. But after that, I'm gonna get up. I am exhausted. Like, it has been a while since I've been just, like, beaten down, but I'm gonna stand up and make my way slowly out of the crater and see if I can, like, at this point, I have no idea how much time has passed. So I'm gonna go up and make my way back to the caravan and just see, like, what has happened since I've been away.
Okay. As you start making your way back, we are going to cut over to Ash and Argyle. Give me just a moment.
Did Argyle already give me a lock of his hair?
Yes, you did ask him a couple, I think, 2 sessions ago.
I
for a
think
little
so,
piece.
but I wasn't sure if he gave it to me. I forgot to write it down.
He was weirded out, but
Yeah.
I mean, you were already doing a lot for him, so he didn't mind. Oh my god. Hey! Welcome, Raiders! I just had a heart attack because I thought that was my phone. So that's fine. Thanks for joining.
You thought you rated us? Like...
Yeah. It's cool. My heart didn't explode. You're gonna tune into this tiny little caravan as the both of you are back to back serving up drinks for everybody coming up. Between both of you guys, you are putting down like mugs in front of people, filling them up with the tap, with the enchanted tap. And people are just kind of like coming in, taking it, and just going. Both of you are so busy right now doing the thing that you're doing that it's difficult to say that like you guys have like a moment to talk to each other. It is starting to die down though. People are kind of like leaving. Everybody seems to kind of have their fill.
as people are grabbing their drinks and stuff, I'm mentioning to them like, stick around for the show, and I'm like making a big like sing song about it. So hopefully people hang around on the tables and chairs that we've set up. They'll hang around for the next like half an hour, I'd say. I say it's gonna be, and I probably once it gets close to that, I flick a message to both Dante and Doll, being like, get back here for the show. Get back here for the show. I should actually put the accent on and not just make a voice.
You do send it out. You do send message to both of them, and they're. I mean, you, Ash, like going back to the past, you won a lot of the town over with your speech earlier. So a lot of them are starting to kind of like walk over, taking their drinks and setting it like maybe sitting cross-legged next to each other, like around like small little areas. A couple of them do take like the seats by the bar, but not blocking to actually be able to like go up to the caravan and get drinks.
Yeah. I like run into the caravan and like pull all of like the cushions and pillows off of everything that I can, and like any rugs that are on the floor, I'm like ripping them off the ground and like setting up seating areas for everybody.
I love it as like some of the kids and some of the like adults are kind of just like grabbing seats and like thanking you.
Think like Oho picnic, you know?
Absolutely. People are just they are getting ready for this tiny little show that's getting ready to start, sitting all around. As it kind of dies down, you have a moment. Like the lines are pretty much dead. Doll hasn't made it back yet, but you're still kind of like walking around. Was there anything you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Argyle now that we've got like a moment. Things have calmed down for a second, and I'm just like, how you going? How you feeling?
Be honest with you, it's been a while since I've had that many people flood the caravan. I mean, it's nice. It's nice.
I'm glad. I'm glad you not looking as tired as I thought you would after no sleep last night.
Yeah, it's I mean, I've taken a few moments, but nothing. Yeah, I think the adrenaline of the situation is kind of keeping me afloat, I guess.
Yeah, the Spectre looks great for the patrons.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, you're right. It's doing great.
Yeah, I just kind of like stand there with Argyle, just kind of like taking in the moment of like all the customers and patrons sitting around enjoying the bar with him, and just like sidle up to him like shoulder to shoulder, and that's it. Until we hear back from Dol and Dante.
Before that scene ends, he does look over at you and says, "You ever think of a career in bar backing or bartending?"
I mean, I could have a part-time job, I guess, but I do have a job. Something I really don't have a choice in. And she kind of like looks a lot more vulnerable than probably he's seen her look for a moment. But if this is a way to travel around, I could make both work, that's for sure. But then she probably doesn't add any more than that.
He looks like he wants to like ask, but he kind of like, he goes, yeah, okay. Then he kind of like nods and takes the moment in with you as he stares over the crowd of people, just kind of enjoying watching people take their drinks. I'd say before we cut back to the caravan of you two running into each other, JC, we're gonna cut over to Dante.
Yes, sir.
At this point, in the town, where would you say you are at right now after you kind of not fled, but went in your own direction after everything that happened with Brooke?
Well, it was definitely it was a purposeful walk, but by no means was I in any hurry to get somewhere, if that makes sense. It was stopping, taking a breath, truly letting the mind ring out with whatever thoughts came across it, and moving on. I've probably gotten a good distance. I didn't really stop. Um, so the only direction I was really thinking in my mind was just away from the trade building, away from the caravan. Uh, Town's empty. Who cares?
You make your way out like towards I would say to get away from kind of like everything, you would make your way in between the trade shop that you guys owned and the herbologist shop, like north, because there is really nobody there at the moment, and it is away from the caravan.
Mhm.
So as you're kind of like north of the town, you you make your way kind of like amongst the wall. You do see as you're kind of like walking along the makeshift wall that surrounds Panagraven, you do see like parts of your family's like company's like logo ingrained in some of that wall. Like it again, it is very makeshift, and they did use a lot of what they had on hand to be able to reinforce this. Um, can you roll me a perception check?
Absolutely. That's not good. That's a 14.
A 14.
Well, it might be good. I don't know. I have a comparison.
You hear like very off past the wall, maybe like further out into the wilderness. You do hear like what sounds like kind of the screeching of like different creatures, and like maybe the howling of like a couple different beasts that you've never quite made out before. And you also like hear like a couple like moans, almost like you know like what undead is at this point. You guys are not experienced in that sort of thing, but you do hear like some moans and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But nothing too specific.
They did have to have a reason to build a wall, otherwise it would have been a waste of time and effort. Nothing necessarily catches my ears as being something special. There's a wall and things that by sound the wall's working well to keep out, or at least stop them from seeing us.
Um, as you keep walking, Dante, you feel a buzzing in your pocket.
Pull it out.
It is your Sending Stone V2. As it kind of like is buzzing, you see what seems to like a mystical kind of like swirl inside of it almost, as you see like a tiny little owlin face kind of like appear, not as like a video call, like what would be a video call, but like more of a more of just like a like
A
the
caller ID.
yeah, exactly, like a contact photo. um as you feel it like vibrating in your hand with like a pulse, almost like it's just like keeps vibrating.
I mean, you squeeze it to hear what they're sending. I will do so.
It breaks off and it goes back to hello, as you hear Orifal's voice kind of like come over the Sending Stone.
Hello, sir.
Just a reminder for everybody at home, this is Orifal on the screen right now. Bam. Orifal.
Oh, that devil.
See?
Handsome man.
Stone Ink. Bad looking man.
What a boy.
As you hear, I was wondering how the journey was going so far.
Oh, we'd only been attacked a couple of times so far, so I think that things are going swimmingly. Uh, we've gotten to the town of Pentagraven so far.
Pentagraven. Was there anything of note in Pentagraven that might have helped with the overall mission?
Helped with the overall mission. Now, ain't that a contender? Um, there's other businesses working out in the wild. Not everyone was locked down, so that might be something you might want to know. Um, Slight, we'll call it a speed bump, but it should only be a day or so to figure it out.
What was
we
the speed
don't.
bump?
I don't want us to be followed. That's about it. They're either gonna stay here or go home, and I'm just here to facilitate them one way or the other. You wouldn't want people providing competition for our journey, would you?
No, I would not. It would be preferable if it would be accomplished in the manner that I requested. So, no.
I would do my damnedest to be thorough then, sir.
Dante, let me ask you, did you happen to find anything of note in Pentagraven so far?
Let me think. I take it you're not saying our competition and possible roadblock from them is notable enough?
Well, I would think that an adventuring party of your stature would be able to handle a roadblock or two and not consider it notable, I guess.
Two roadblocks in a couple days is a little much, even for us, and I mean, there's no reason to not smooth some things over, lie the sheet straight, as it were.
Are you saying you can't handle it?
Oh, I'm saying I can handle it. I'm saying it takes me longer to handle it when I'm the only one handling in one way. Ash is doing a phenomenal job. I'm working on getting Doll to come around to being efficient. Fox is tricky. She's a little bit by herself, but I think you expected that, didn't you?
Did not expect anything that wouldn't lead to the overall success of our operation. If you're telling me I need to let her go, you can.
I'll keep that in mind, but at the very least, having a extra knife if they try to follow us and Ash can't convince them to stay their distance, it'll be useful in the time. However, no one said anything about anything being a failure quite yet, so we're still on track.
Please let me remind you that a sheathed knife is a sheathed knife and is no worth to the overall operation. So please tell me if I am wasting my time and efforts on any of your party members in the future. Dante Smokespite.
I'll give you the debriefing after this roadblock's been cleared, whether people pulled their weight or not.
Understood. Last question, if you don't mind. Was there anything of value that you found on your adventure so far?
Everything's crashed, broken, looted, dead. As the most valuable thing that's come out of this is the probably the cart that left that town. This place is a what do you call it? Hellscape's too nice. Shit show.
Duly noted. Please
Trust me.
continue with your operation.
Trust me, sir, I'd be a lot happier talking to you if we had found anything worthwhile so far. Luckily, there's still a little bit of a trip left, isn't there?
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Dante Smokespite. Go continue your operation and keep me updated on the success and even the failures of what's to come.
Will do.
Goodbye. And the sending stone, like the contact, even before you say anything, just dissipates.
Muffled in the
sending stone.
pipe. Goodbye.
As you are left with a sending stone in your hand. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Let's say, I think at this moment I'm probably not walking. That probably slowed my roll just a little bit. And I just think, like, just a moment of kind of my hand scratching the back of my head, going, was there anything valuable so far? Nah. And maybe about that time I do hear Ash's request. I'll think about it. I got something for you, but give me a moment. And I'll start strolling back. Not that much rush, but thinking.
We are going to cut over to Doll and Ash. As the both of you slowly kind of like reconvene back at the caravan as both of you see each other. The scene is yours.
I got your little message. I am here. I don't know what you mean by entertainment, though. Are we watching someone? Is someone going to be entertainment here?
Yeah, absolutely. So, someone is gonna be the entertainment here, and that someone is you, doll.
What?
Yeah, remember? That was the convincing lie you told to be a part of the part of the Spectre Spirits to begin with. And I've been putting up my part of the deal of working behind the bar, and I thought the folks could use something, and I'm more than happy to help you if you need a hand. But you got this. I'm
Very
looking
cool.
forward to it.
I love this. That wasn't like a front or like what I was. Yeah, of course. I would love to be the entertainment. I mean, obviously, like, look at me. I'm just entertaining to look at, and I look around and see if anyone's staring at me.
I would say you take a look, and a lot of the people are talking amongst themselves. You do know, like, based on your interaction with the Tabaxi fellow before, a lot of the town has their own monstrosities to deal with, as they're very much wrapped up in their own stuff. But nobody's staring at you like you don't belong.
Yeah. I love, like, getting, like, this amount of attention. Like, none. Like, it's my favorite. It's the best. Yeah. Okay, did you have something in mind? Did you tell anyone that I was gonna do anything?
No, I didn't say that you were doing anything. I just thought it might be fun, right? Every time we stop the caravan, we put on a little show, all of us working together. Show that we're a team.
Every time. Yeah.
Every new town, put on.
Hey. Yeah, like a traveling circus, kinda. Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I love that. I say a little too loudly.
You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. I can.
No, right. Like, no, I was serious. Like, I love that idea. I think it's, like, so great.
Can I do an insight check on Oh!
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I try to contest it even though I know I'm doing a terrible job?
You can do
Yeah.
a
Like
deception check. Yep,
Or
absolutely.
persuasion if you're telling the truth.
Yep. Very true.
Oh yeah, no.
They're
I'm
definitely telling the
not.
truth.
I'm definitely not telling the truth. Okay, it's great because I have a -2 to deception. So.
What'd you
What
get?
did you get, Haley?
I got a 15.
Okay, I got a 9.
Cool. Cool. I mean, I'll get rid of the show completely if you don't want to do it.
No, I think. Yeah,
Do you
I
want
can
me to
definitely
start and
do
you
that.
can jump in?
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I know that's like a lot of work, and you've already been working in the bar, but like.
Ash
Yeah,
is
no.
like jumping backwards and forwards, like onto her, like the balls of her toes, and then back again. She looks excited. So when she offered that, she wasn't like offering negatively. She was like, "Can I do it? Can I do it?"
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, girl. You absolutely can. Yeah, I love that.
Jump in whenever you want to. Yeah, like do some. But you can do
Sure.
some stuff, right?
Are you gonna
got
dance?
magic.
What-
No, I mean maybe a little bit. See, watch
Oh.
this, and I'm gonna cast like my unlimited disguise self, and I just change the color of my dress, and it like looks like that Sleeping Beauty, like red, blue, pink dress, blue dress, pink dress, blue dress. But I'm making it like go off in glitters as I like twirl around.
Yes, queen. Oh my gosh, you are slaying. Okay, like, I can't compete with that, but damn, yes, I'm here for it. Okay, I mean, kick this off, you bad bitch.
I think I'm gonna just go to bed. Honestly, I'm nervous now.
You literally just said you were gonna kick this off. I mean, I'm sorry for calling you a bad bitch. It was supposed to be like a compliment.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Alright, fine. I guess I'll get into it then. And I'm gonna
You're
take my.
already friends.
Yes, and I set off like a bunch of prestidigitation fireworks into the center of like the area that I set up. So then like
Thought we were gonna
all these
announce
cool
it.
pyrotechnics. No, that's the announcement. That is it. This is the announcement.
You just go right into it. Okay.
Yes.
You do
Off
it,
with
and
the
everybody's
bang.
looking right at you guys. Like the whole
Exactly.
woo is
Cool.
everyone's clapping and excited. They're waiting for whatever show that you guys describe and tell me what you're putting on. Scene's yours.
Cool.
Yes, good people of Pentagram Haven. We love this. Thank you
Yeah,
for like
Pentagram Haven.
showing up tonight. We have some pretty special entertainment, if you know what we mean. So sit back, get your libations, and we're gonna put on like a little show for you all.
You hear like, can you roll me? Can you roll me like a persuasion check, just based at? I don't even know if I should do fucking flat or
Wait and check. I got another 9. I'm not good at this. I have a -2 to that one too.
You hear like, yeah, okay, woo, wow.
There's like
Okay.
3 people clapping.
Doll, are you ready? We practiced this earlier, remember? With the snow cones?
What? Snow cones?
No!
Snow cones?
Stop! Nat, you're killing me!
Are they-
Doll wasn't part of this conversation. Natalie was.
Mommy, are they doing okay? I think they're having a lot of conversations up there. It's okay, the show's starting soon, sweetheart.
This idea all over again. I've never made snow cones in my life. Tiger's blood or blue raspberry, everyone.
Mommy, are we getting snow cones? I haven't had a snow cone in a long time.
So hot in here right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Ash like goes off to the side and she like grabs onto Doll's shoulders. Like first she like puts her hands up to be like consenting touch, and then puts her hands on your shoulders as you nod that everything's okay. And then she looks at you and she says, I am so sorry. I had a dream we had this full conversation earlier. And I thought you knew what was happening, but it turns out it was a dream I had on my own.
You know, I had a very different dream
Okay.
in mind.
Well,
recently.
I'm
It
just
didn't
gonna
involve
just
snow cones, but
I'm
I
gonna
just
vamp.
love-
I'm gonna vamp, and I'm gonna send you a message with
No.
a full update. Okay?
Don't leave. What are you
No
doing?
vamp. I'm gonna vamp. I'm gonna vamp. Do you know what vamp means?
Like leave. You're gonna like
No.
get out of here.
No,
Like,
it
vamp
means I'm
here.
gonna distract the crowd, and I'm
No.
gonna keep things going while
I've
you take
never
a
heard it
second
in
to
that
think about
context.
this. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, you
okay,
were
I
you
guess-
never in theater?
No.
I was the head of my theater group in high school. Ash is going to stand in front of the crowd with her mage hand,
Mhm.
and she's going to start hovering towards people and picking up their drinks, and at the same time she's sending a message to Dole that says cool their drinks and turn the kids' drinks into snow cones.
Cool. Okay.
Please.
Hey kids, that's an awesome drink. Very cool.
Drink! I'm holding a drink in the middle of the stand!
I need
Zach.
I definitely need like a intimidation check at advantage for these children that are at advantage for these kids that are standing around waiting for their stuff to be
Nat
chilled.
20 this shit.
At advantage.
At advantage, yeah, definitely.
Intimidation.
For
Oh
sure.
my gosh. At advantage, it's an 8.
Oh my god!
These dice hate me. Every single D20
I think this is
hates
good. I think
me.
you didn't
This was
want to
good.
intimidate
This was
the
good.
kids.
You didn't want to intimidate
You
the
didn't want to
kids.
scare them.
Okay.
That's the one you wanted
Mommy.
to fail.
What?
Well, you
Are
should
we-
have-
Are we gonna be okay?
Can Ash do a performance check to try and change the crowd's reaction to what's
Please,
happening?
absolutely, please. With your brand new lore of being the head of your fucking theater club, please roll at advantage. Absolutely, if you don't mind.
She's like
Hell
twirling and
yeah.
changing the color of her dress and doing like little fireworks everywhere. She's trying her fucking hardest. Oh, she
Look
got
at her
dirty 20.
dress.
Dirty,
Oh my
dirty
God.
20. She
Nice.
she
Good
zips
job.
and zoops around.
Good job.
Okay. Oh, what? As they're like they start looking at your dress and they like completely not focus on Doll, like trying to hand them the snow cone, like to like.
Cool, drink, kids. I haven't even cooled it down yet. I
think
just don't
next
really
time
know.
we'll put Doll in a booth and then all that happens is like the cold comes out of the booth and there's no way to see or hear them.
I'm like under the table, like when they do those. Yeah, they just see the skeletal hand.
I don't know if to be excited or afraid. As you hear the kids like kind of like.
Excited! We're being excited!
Yeah. No cap drinks.
What is that?
Very cool.
Yeah. As you hear like just
And
fear.
that's the end of our show. We're gonna have to work on that.
Work on what? I
You hear
was
one clap.
slaying. Okay, like your dress was like pretty cool too. You looked gorgeous. I loved it.
Okay.
Is that the entertainment then? You are very entertaining.
Thank you. I appreciate your help with all of the magic that you can do and the cool things that could have happened during this show. I really appreciate all of that.
You're welcome.
Um,
Yeah, there was a lot of potential there.
there was.
Yeah,
It,
I
yeah,
mean-
a lot of potential. We're gonna have to practice.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay, I mean, I can do. I mean, like, if you had something in mind, like, I could do like sculptures of people, and I'm gonna like look at someone nearby, and then use mold earth to build like a size statue
Ooh.
of them.
Nature or performance check, whichever one you
Ooh,
want.
Okay. Well, let's do nature. I'm gonna use a different D20.
You molded it because I was very. Also, really quickly, I really want to say you guys handled meta knowledge very well in that past fucking 5 minutes. So
I'm sorry,
thank you for that.
dude.
No, that was fucking awesome. That's all I want to say. Please go ahead.
An 18.
I will say, with an 18, doll, like, as, like, you, like, kind of, like, flick the wrist, like, a mound of earth kind of rises, and the kid that's been, like, teetering on the edge of insanity for the last, like, 5 minutes, after you guys have been doing, like, so many different things, like, flinches, as this giant mound raises, and kind of just, like, mimics her, like, flinch, and, like, and she goes, what? Is that me? Oh my god.
That
And
is you, girl. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that likeness. Nailed it.
and she like looks like a kid, like very interested in the thing. Like she's like looking all over and like, oh, even my bracelet's on there. Wow. And she's just like so giddy and excited. Her mom like looks like she was getting ready to stop her, but kind of just like lets her go. As like some of the other kids go, "Was that you?" Like, and they're kind of like talking back and forth. They look very interested in the little caricature you made.
I look back at Ash. Is that kind of like what you had in mind? Like, I've never done this before.
2 big thumbs up as she's just back to serving drinks now because she can't deal with this moment. She like as she's like floating past, she's just like, Druid craft a flower crown on there. You should add a little flower crown.
Oh, yes, a nice touch. And I'm gonna Druid craft a flower. I'm gonna be like, oh, wait a second, I can do better than this. And then I'll put like lights, I'll like illuminate it so it's like glowing from the back. It's like a whole vibe.
As it everybody in the crowd, you hear like, oh, and like a lot of people are like kind of mesmerized by what you're putting together as the lights kind of illuminate the entire figure. You see as like the little girl that's like was already excited. It's like, Mom, there's lights behind it. Oh, this is so cool. And you hear like the rest of the kids go, oh my god, is that's you? They're just like kind of going back and forth, like really excited. And they're like, yeah, like, that's what I like. They're just really stoked about like what you just made. And the crowd is like kind of like there wasn't booze, but there was like a what the fuck is this? And like now it's kind of like whoa, like as you kind of like fixate and like create this mound of a silhouette of a person. Yeah,
I dig it. I'm gonna like just like hold the part for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go try to find Ash again and be like, what did you mean by snow cones? I'm like getting the hang of this now. Like, I'm ready.
We will practice them tomorrow. That and the chilling drinks.
Okay. They're so
Yeah?
chill, those drinks. Yeah. They're just like hanging out.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to molding earth. Okay, thanks sis. Bye. I'm gonna walk off. Go see if I can mold more earth.
As you go to mold more earth, Ash, you do see like brush up against you. You like feel Argyle as he's like, "Hey, I don't mean to be disrespectful to the thing that both of you are doing, but maybe like maybe a tad bit more planning before you go advertise the show based out of the Spectre Spirits Caravan."
Yeah, I think I trusted the improv skills of the other party members a little too much. But that's okay. That's all right. I will not ever do that again. So
Right.
it's all good. Don't stress.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you very much.
That's all good.
Okay. And he makes his way back to the front of the caravan, satisfied but still worried.
That's a good way to describe him.
Yeah. The scene is still yours. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do in the time?
No, I'll just go around making dirt statues of people. I can make them different colors too, and it's instantaneous, which is kind of cool. So I don't have to concentrate on it.
What colors do you make them?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Probably like turquoise and lime green and bright pink and a lot of different shades of magenta and chartreuse. And I'm gonna make that one look like a caboose because it rhymes. And yeah, those.
Hang on. Doll, roll me a perception check.
Perception. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am not rolling well at all tonight. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. 13.
With a 13, you are. Oh god, not what I was aiming for. Give me just a second. I apologize. You do see kind of far off. You do see a small little figure kind of approach from very far, as you see a small little man. Recognizably, you see Luther as he's kind of peering around, very far, not near the crowd at all. But he is you just see a small little smile as he's just kind of admiring from very far away the little mounds that you're making with the light show. As he's not joining the crowd, he's not engaging anybody, but he just is standing there kind of smiling, writhing his hands, and just kind of enjoying from far away.
Luther, hey, Luther! Sorry, my dead cataract eyes didn't even see you there, Luther!
He books it. He runs so fast back. He books it so fast back to his shop. He is gone.
Come back to the show. We're making snow cones.
He runs so quickly.
Poor Luther. Poor guy. So afraid. We'll get him here. We'll get him socializing.
You think I could have showed up at that point of just getting to see him just kind of peel off and just. Yep.
Dante, yeah, you arrive on the scene. You see Doll is making these fantastical mound dirt creations for the crowd. As the crowd is really getting into everything that's going on right now. Also, thank you for the overlay, love. We love you. But the crowd is really getting into Doll's performance right now.
That's very good. I'm just gonna use that to kind of slip back into the caravan and clean myself up a bit. Of course, get on a full standing shirt back on, washed up a bit. And then after that, whether Ash sees me there or after I finish, I'll go find Ash.
Easy enough. You see Ash. What do you think you're doing at this time?
Just back to serving drinks.
Dante, you walk, depending on if you're going to the front or if you're going inside the caravan, you do see Ash is kind of bussing the little bar area out on the side of the caravan and getting ready to serve drinks to a bunch of overexcited townspeople.
I'd rather have them be overexcited. I will be kind about it. Not gonna disturb someone right when they're talking to people. That's just rude. But I'll go up next to where she'd return to get more drinks or stuff like that. And I pull the hair that I had gotten off of the flail and kind of ball it up into the palm of my hand just so I have it. Looking out, seeing Doll, seeing Ash, clocking that Fox isn't there, and well, at the very least thinking to himself, so far, well, not good, but whatever this is. Waiting for Ash to return.
Yeah, I finished serving people and clock that Dante's back, and I'm like, what? Can I get you anything?
Nah, it's just how it is. Just wanted to give you a quick update.
And a surprise.
Maybe.
You said a surprise. I don't forget easily. Don't worry about that.
Well, and I just kind of pull an open hand that she has and press it into her palm. Brooke's opinion of me is somehow lower than yours now. I'm just that charming.
You always exactly knew how to push people's buttons, that's for sure.
And she knows how to fucking push mine. I'll give you that.
It's her job. Do you not remember?
Yeah,
She was head of the debate team.
What a terrifying spectacle
Adding
you
that
weave
lore.
before me every time.
This is how you add lore.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll add that to her background.
No, nothing. She doesn't even
she was.
exist. Who knows?
Brooke was head of debate team.
She was. I knew it.
It's bitch. Nah, it's. I mean, I just want to let you know, Brooke is definitely not going to be doing us any favors, and we are going to be. I'm sure you already knew, but we are going to be on our own on this. If we
I
wanna
understood
figure out
that.
what's
I
going
figure
on.
anytime I need to interact with her, I'll make sure it's in public, and I'll hopefully make her look bad every time. That's my plan, really.
Well, you make her look bad in public, and I at least made her second guess herself in private. And Doll's not happy about it, but I got what I needed.
Yeah, I bet. That's why I don't follow you on your little adventures.
It was an adventure, and more just. Well, sure, we can call it an adventure.
Yeah, it's your little adventures.
And you called me back here, and you needed something.
No, I don't need anything at all. I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Well, I was a little bit far away, but came when I could.
That's good. Now, the conversation has died down, and you still have not mentioned my surprise. Is this something I need to be patient for? Because you know that I'm
mean-
not really good at that.
I think, one, if you've recognized what I've pressed into your palm, you might think of that as one nice thing. Two,
Mhm.
just not fully pulling the rock out of his pocket, but just like showing it. He does lack updates, and he did give me a quick contact just to let you know.
Oh,
Glowing
cool. So you like
reviews on
told
your
him about
part.
the big crater and the bug people. Did he have any information to help us?
He's not going to be helpful, you know that. What he wanted was there anything of value? Told him that it's a fucking shit show, which it is, and told him the most monetarily valuable thing was us. So,
Yeah.
look, I'm sure these people are beautiful, whatever. They ain't gonna fetch anything, and most certainly probably not gonna. I don't think you're looking to rob anyone, so
No,
I
but
think that's all out of the equation.
don't forget that value to yourself versus other people is a different definition.
Yes, he definitely loves rocks. That is what he was going after. That's why his name was Moonstone. Shit, maybe he does.
Yeah, see, exactly. You have to always double check, but that's neither here nor there. You have the stone, I trust you.
I'll. If you think that's for the best, next time I give him an update, I'll tell him about the fucking rock in the center of town. The
Yeah,
big
I
thing
mean,
is he wants
maybe.
to.
He wants us to move on, I imagine. He wants us to get the job done.
moving, and he wants me to make sure that Fox is actually useful.
Alright.
Let me
We can
know
do
if you
that.
see something with Fox that I don't.
I will. I've nothing yet.
Look, I hate to kick her off the caravan just because I haven't seen anything, but he does want to make sure people are pulling their weight. He doesn't want to pay people that don't deserve to get paid. And you know I'm terrible at lying, ain't I?
I know. Fox bought my trust when she stole that book.
Mm.
That'll do for a long while for now. We'll see how things go. I'm still so curious about this werewolf business that Doll's been talking about.
Werewolf? What the?
So
The hell?
Doll, you know
Mhm.
Doll, they're like a wise witch of the forest, and I have heard so much about them. You know,
Certainly.
I wrote 3 fanfics about them, and you know I love writing smut, and this was not even smut. This was just beautiful fantasy recounting of their missions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't even make it a little bit sexual. It was all
Mm,
fact
I know.
about her great adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I look up to them more than anything, and you know that. Yeah, so you know. You know.
As much respect as you have about the wise wit, you think she's a
She's a
fucking-
wise witch, and she knows.
not the
She
wise witch part. I'm
knows.
stuck on the fucking first part, Ash. The
Oh,
werewolf?
yeah. Well, the werewolf part. Yeah, Fox Moth is a werewolf. They're fluffy.
Is she now? Well, she
Well,
is
that's-
fluffy, but
That's what Doll said, and I trust Doll. So yes,
like,
that's
Doll
as
might
much
not.
as I.
Look,
I
you
know.
are welcome to trust in the wise. What is she called? Witch of the West, whatever.
Wise
But-
witch of the forest.
The Western Forest. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
wise witch of the Western Forest.
Western Woods. Then it can just all
Western
be W.
Woods.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, you just came up with the new title of my series.
I
I've
was
been
so
stuck on
afraid of
that
that.
for ages.
The point is, as wise as someone can be, they might not have all the pieces of the puzzle.
I know that's me. Why I haven't said anything yet, but so far all facts point to werewolf.
Okay. Well, you let me know how that goes, and I
I will.
won't disrupt your fan fiction.
I won't. I'm so excited.
Keep dreaming, Ash.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's. Do you want a drink or not? Because there seems to be a line forming behind you.
Fuck. Give me something. God damn it.
Here, hold this, and if you think of a drink, it like pours out whatever drink you're thinking of. So
It's just straight fucking hard liquor. Takes it and goes.
nice. Just like 4 bits of
Wow.
like ice drop out of the same nozzle too. Like
You just takes off and it leaves you to it then.
Mm-mm.
Was there anything else anybody wanted to do in the meantime?
Yes. I am gonna go find Argyle. If I can.
Yeah, he is sitting up at. I'd say he's sitting like kind of weird, like in the front of the caravan, like kind of where he would steer the big clockwork bullfrog. He's just kind of sitting there at the moment, taking a break. He, to give a little context, he didn't get a rest when he tried to actually rest. So he's just kind of like sitting up there. You hear him like not panting, but you do hear like kind of like a like a sigh, like he's kind of sitting there just relaxing for a minute.
Hey, Argyle, and I'm gonna like knock a little bit on like the. I can imagine there's like a door or something that like leads out. To,
You
like,
you kind of
the
go
caravan.
around. You like knock on like
Oh.
the side.
Okay, I'll knock on
and
the side.
he just goes, "Hey, what's how can I help you, doll?"
Hey, Argyle. I originally had like 2 things I was gonna talk to you about, but you seem a little tired. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I just haven't really gotten a good night's sleep in a couple days. But nothing to be I'm fine. What you okay? What's going on?
Yeah, I can relate to that totally. We're on the same wavelength there. Anyways, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can, if you ever need us to steer or anything so you can get sleep, like just let us know.
No, no, I'm more than fine. I just, it's, yeah, I'm good. Was there anything you needed? Anything I can help you answer? What you need?
Yeah. Oh gosh, what to start with? Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you who decides the menu for the caravan.
Ooh, he like kind of thinks about it for a second, and he like looks back at you as I mean, truthfully, I haven't. It's been a while since I've thought about the menu for the caravan. Are you offering to cook?
No. But I did have some ideas about what we could offer that just so happened to be like pretty eco-friendly and low effort and like girl dinner kind of, but like with a nice twist.
Can I? The
So
only
I was
thing
gonna yeah,
I will
go ahead.
say, if it's dragon meat corn dogs, I absolutely cannot do that. Everybody keeps telling me that. I don't know who has it or who's been like serving it to people, but I can't. I don't even know how to start that. So that's probably one of those younger generation things. So
Yeah, I would think that they would be like a little more woke to that, considering like dragons are like almost people because they
uh,
can turn into people. That's like
yeah,
cannibalism.
I mean,
Like
damn
they don't
right.
even know. I don't think they've
It's
ever met dragons.
that's you know what? I didn't even bring that part up of it, but yeah, that is kind of one of the things I think about when people talk about these new finagled. Oh man, you flavor your corn dogs kind of like dragon meat. That's it's distasteful.
Yeah,
So
they need to wake up, these people. I mean, I don't even
yeah,
know what year it is, but come on.
yeah,
Like,
damn right.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, that sounds like really high maintenance too. I don't know how they would even go about that.
Damn right.
But I was wondering if I could like pitch some ideas off of you, or I could like later, if later is like a better time for you.
I got nothing but time, doll. And you turned around that whole uh, entertainment thing that you were doing. So yeah,
Yeah,
whatever you want to pitch,
I
please.
didn't even like I didn't think I could pull that off, to be totally honest. But
You did.
people like dirt. Did you want me to make you one? I could
No,
like
uh,
pack it so you could like take it with you, like really compact the dirt
I'm
if you
a
want.
I thank you, but I'm okay. I appreciate it though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No problem. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So I had a few ideas for the menu that, and you just like, I'm just gonna like spitball, and you like let me know or like stop me if you like are like, yeah, that's genius, doll. Why didn't I think of that? Because like I'll be like, yes, I know. Okay, so like the first one is like a seaweed teaser. So it's like a little dried bit of seaweed, and it's like as big as your fingernail, and that's just to like get your palate going. So that's number one. Okay, number two is a squirrel marrow spinach dip. So after meeting that squirrel earlier, I was like, what about bone marrow, right? Because, delicious. So I was thinking you could like mix it with spinach, and since it's kind of like already oily, I was like, yes, just dip some chips in that, girl. Yeah. Okay, so that was another one. One other one is like I was thinking if you had like any extra wood, like kicking around, or if something happened, we could make like a pre-varnished cedar chip bisque, like some crunchy woody flavors going on, right? Full body. Yeah, that was another one. Another one I had was like an olive oil drizzle, and you pour that like directly into somebody's mouth, and it's like an appetizer. Um, but it's like to just like get the calories up and going. And then I had one more, and this we can add to the drink menu, and it's a rag water mojito. So after you like wipe down the tables, you just like wring it into like a cup, and then you like serve it with like lime or something.
Okay, I was with
Yeah,
you
what do you
for
think?
for like a good chunk of them. I was pretty with you. The last one,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'd lose my liquor license if I did that. But I will say that cedar bisque idea. Um, I mean, I haven't really thought of serving food on the menu in a while, but I mean, do you think people would like? Do you know people that would like that?
Yeah, yes, I would eat bark at any time. So I think people would be really impressed by like the artisanal nature of what we bring to the table because we haven't brought anything to the table before other than drinks.
Can I be honest
And
with you for a second?
yes, please, Queen.
Thank you. I will tell you that I mean we thought about I thought about adding food to the menu for a while, and genuinely I haven't been great at coming up. Drinks is one thing. I mean the enchantment with the taps that kind of helps out with people being able to pick their own drink, but food is well, I mean, between you and I, if you don't mind, I don't really, I'm gonna sound like a baby here for a second. Like I don't know what
Spill
I'm
the tea.
talking about.
I'm here
Uh,
for it. I brought a pot.
Respect. But I don't genuinely know what the newer generation likes in terms of, not that you're newer generation. I really don't even know. I just it's more younger people. I don't really know how to connect with the younger people in food. Like I always, um, I mean, meat kebabs were kind of like the thing that I loved. But it just, for some reason, it seems like most of the younger kids don't really like kebabs as much. And we tried serving that once, and it just, it didn't really go well. But that cedar bisque thing, I mean, personally, it sounds, it sounds fancy, if that's the word that I'd use. Um, yeah, I mean that's a really good idea, doll. Is what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I don't mean to beat around the bush, but
No, I love that. And like I totally get it. Like these younger people, they are the new generation of adventurers. Like I don't think they've had the experience with dragons yet, given their age gap right now, right? So they're like dragons, fantasy. They don't realize that they're living beings that deserve rights,
damn
right? Like they are practically people.
That's-
So I get it. I totally get it. And so like no dragon, corn dog, kebabs, like off the menu. But seaweed teasers, yes. And cedar chip bisque, like yes, queen. So I'm just like so grateful that you were like really receptive of my genius ideas. Like I girl bossed a little too close to the sun with this one. And I think you are girl bossing every single day when you come up with this drink menu. And I just have so much respect for that. Period.
he walks up to you, like kind of like gets off the chair and like takes a step towards you, and he like puts his hand on the side of his chair, like little seat, and he goes, "No, I'll be honest, I'm not very good at I mean, I think girl bossing is like a cool thing. I'm not really antiquated with girl bossing very well, I guess. But I do just want to say I mean, it seems like you kind of have a pretty good grasp on what the customers want. I mean, I will say I was like very confused at first when you were doing your whole entertainment thing with Ash earlier, and I was like, well, maybe it's like a new like an art form, I guess.
It's new age. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
new age.
Yes. New
Sorry,
age.
I don't mean to
Yes.
sound like an antique, but I
We're all growing. It's
ab-
fine.
absolutely, we're all growing every day. But I would say, um, and that maybe I'm too forward on this. Maybe you would like to kind of handle some of the food aspects of the Spectre spirits and plan what we serve. If that's not too if that's too forward, I apologize, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. I think you have some really good ideas, and I don't have a lick of experience in that area, to be honest.
You know what? It's fine. I would humbly accept the offer of being chief creative director, sous chef, CEO of this venture, and I'm just like so honored with this. Like,
chef?
I will take it.
Yes, CEO. Let's. I don't think I can give you the business.
Sure.
But
LLC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I am just like, I'm so excited about this. Yes, I can druidcraft like all of this. Like, don't even stress even a little bit about this. I've got you. Just like, thank you for being receptive of my ideas. Like, oh, thank you.
Thank you for contributing. The wasted mind is a wasted mind. I have no metaphor for that, but don't waste your mind. So, thank you.
Yes, I will get back to it and leave you be. Let us know if you need help driving the caravan so you can get some sleepy sleep. But yeah, good talking to you.
You too, doll. Thank you.
Toodles, yes.
You see, he sits back in his chair and kind of like sits. Yeah, and as you make your way out. At this point, I will say Argyle conks off. He is very tired at this point, so he kind of just falls asleep. The rest of you, what are you doing? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself at this moment?
Ash, once the specter spirits like died down, she started collecting like the rugs and pillows that she had put outside and starts to like create this like beautiful sleeping area for Argyle. And then at some point after like literal 45 minutes of like lighting candles, setting up this whole area for the spell, she like pops her head around the corner and sees that Argyle's asleep. She's just like, never mind. And she goes back and she packs it all up and packs up the entire specter spirits. So then, so then that's done.
As you start packing it up and start folding some of the caravan like back into place, the rest of you, what are you doing in this moment?
It'd be silly of me not to help my sister with that, seeing her packing up stuff and just helping it go a bit quicker. Seeing where people are actually going, like as they're leaving. I assume they're going back into the Smoke Spite shop.
Yes, most of them are going. One small little figure kind of goes towards the herbologist area, as he was already kind of close to it.
Him.
and then maybe like one or two go into like a building to the like one of the empty buildings on the never eat sour watermelon on the west side, like southwest side. So.
Ash, did you think you get what you wanted out of this? Feel good about it?
Not even a little bit, but I mean, whatever makes everyone else happy is all good. I just need to stop honestly butting in, I think. So I'm just not offering help to anyone ever again. And Ash like has like a mini tantrum as she's like putting stuff away. Now, do you have a surprise for me or not? And like, because my night has been interesting, and you can make it all better, or I'm going to go to bed.
Okay. She just ignored Brooke's hair.
You haven't given it to her yet.
She must have not noticed it because I pressed it into her palm. So
Oh,
I'm
I
going
thought
to say
you
that
were
he
saying
had
it was
slipped it
still
into her
pressed
dress.
in your palm.
You did,
No.
but you never explained that it was Brooke's hair.
No.
No,
her
I
palm.
just thought that you said that it was pressed in your palm.
Nah.
Mhm.
I'm going to say that then he had just slipped it into like a pocket that you had. It's like, you can check. Let's just check your bag. I think you might find it.
Like, start ruffling through every single pocket except for the one that it's
Ash.
in. Then I pull it out. I'm like, what's this?
Well, it just happened to come off of Brooke at some point.
But Ash's like eyes like light up, and she's like, "Fuck Argyle," and like just turns around and like puts everything back together the way like that it was, and she's like, "Okay, actually, I might save this," and she's going to put it in like something protective. Another one of her many vials that she's got for her collecting things, and closes that up and adds it next to Argyle's hair. This is gonna be good.
Well, at least something comes out of the day for you then.
Yeah, I honestly, thank you. I appreciate this. Like, you made my day. I have to go talk to Mother now, which is worse, but it'll be fine.
You talk to Mother and, you know, do what you need to do, Ash. I'll make sure Brooke ain't so pissed that something's gonna come out while you're gone. And
I'm gonna make her so much more pissed. Don't even worry about it.
we'll play a game then. We'll see who she's more angry at by the end of this.
Yeah, we'll see if she knows it was me. And once everything's packed up with the Spectre Spirits, Ash is gonna take her seat on top. I feel like this is the night to do it. She's gonna create a little hangout area on top of the Spectre Spirits. So like she's just gonna move a couple of the crates and like put a cushion up there, and I think like that's gonna be her new little nook where she stays overnight so she can keep an eye out on everything. She's gonna send a message to Mother, and she opens up her book, grabs out her feather pen, and she writes I need juicy gossip on Brooke. What's her last name?
Grandwave.
Grandwave. And then I put please with like a little winky face, and I send that off.
You just like see writing go noted. Period.
And that's the
Oh,
What? Are you getting sound pop through? Like, what's going on?
It is the worst thing in the world. Thank you for rating. I really appreciate it. It is the loudest sound that ever comes
turn that
through.
off or something.
No,
Oh
he deserved
my
it. It's
God.
Good. It's good. It keeps him on his toes.
Ah!
Go Raiders!
But we love you. You're great, and we love you so much. If I die of a heart attack, it's tonight.
We've watched this happen, and he knows that it's that loud, and yet
Oh,
he's never prepared.
Andy, you're the best. Thank you all. You're all great. We really appreciate you guys. Thanks for rating us. Excited to have you. Ash, I will. Is that where you end?
Yes.
The two of you. Was there anything else that you both wanted to do before you rested, or unless there was something else you wanted to do throughout the night?
Dante, you go first.
No, well, I'd say it'd be up to Doll, because if Doll doesn't say anything to me, I've already gotten a little bit of time to like rest and relax while the other two are busting their asses. So I'd be doing quote-unquote first watch, watching everything kind of settle down, making sure that lights go off in the smoke spot, shop, different things across, and listening to the wind. But unless if Doll has something to say to him, he'll be good.
After I help clean up, I think I would look over at Dante, like, wanting to, like, see if he wanted to go with me on another walk. But if I see that he's doing, like, a first watch, I won't say anything, and I'll just go on my merry way. Like, you can see Doll being like, and then she's gonna turn around.
If you're gonna say something, say it. Don't just look.
Hey, I know you're like doing I know you're
doing
just like
literally nothing, Doll.
watching and hanging out, and I know that like I know that Ash was like really stressed out and had like a really hard day, like bussing tables and serving drinks. And Argyle is like super exhausted, and I am super exhausted too. But I feel really bad about the situation with Luther, and I was just gonna go see if I could find some ingredients in the woods to maybe bring him a tea tomorrow. But if you're busy, I was just gonna ask you if you wanted to come with me. But if you're like doing your watch, that's like really
No,
important
do you want me
too.
to come with you?
We shouldn't take very long, like 10 minutes tops.
He just starts walking. Let's go.
Okay, awesome.
Actually,
Can
watches them walk away. It's just like the adventures of Dante in the wild witch West Woods. The wild wise witch.
You didn't tell him the whole title.
so wise. I mean, they do have like a higher wisdom score, but like at this moment, like Doll is not. She's not.
Ash probably is basing this more off of stories she's heard / written herself versus what's in front of her at the moment. She's like, I'm just waiting for it to pop out. It's gonna come at some point.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Don't meet your heroes.
No, don't meet your heroes. They're a scam. Oh, I love that. So Billy, can I see if I can find a couple ingredients in the woods?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a nature check.
I am
I
looking
cannot
for.
help, but I can help you look by. I can't give you the help action because I am not proficient in it, but I can help look if Billy allows.
Yeah, I think that's more than fine. I will say you can add the help action to Doll's roll.
Yeah.
And Doll doesn't expect anything. Like, she's just happy for the company. But yeah.
He's just
Okay,
like, turning shit over with his boots and shit like that.
That's fair. Okay, Billy, I am looking for like a type of nettle, like stinging nettle, some kind of citrus, and let me double check. I want to say it's dandelion, but let me double check. Yeah, let's do dandelion. I can change that recipe. Yeah, so those 3 things.
Okay, nettle, dandelion, what was the other thing?
Any kind of like citrusy, so like it doesn't exactly have to be citrus, but there are a lot of plants that like are sour or bitter enough to be kind of citrusy. The
Yeah.
other one was a sweetener, so like I wrote down agave. It doesn't have to be agave. It
Okay.
could be any kind of sweetener, honey, whatever.
Find some wild raspberries.
That could work. Okay.
Whatever you need, Doll.
You get sour
Oh.
and sweet with those.
Can I roll a nature check, or did you want like an
No,
investigation?
go for
or
it. Yeah, you can roll a nature check. Absolutely.
Okay.
And he did say I was helping you, so you
You
get
did?
advantage on it.
Yep, there is a help
Oh,
action.
thank you.
You got it.
Perfect.
Not
Still
even what?
not very good. 13.
13. I will say that you find like a small little nettle. You find like what seems to be it's a domestic plant to Belisar. Like you recognize it very well. I will say you don't find a dandelion. You look pretty close all over the forest area that you're in. I will say for citrus you don't find what you know, but you do find like kind of like this like more fluorescent orange like plant that kind of like goes over into like a little tiny hanging fruit. And like as like you kind of like pick it up, you look at it and like it matches the characteristics you would know of being a citrus. But you don't know for sure like the effects of it. It's not something you recognize. Just the traits you recognize.
I mean, it's
for a
perfectly fine to be putting a tea.
Maybe. For a sweetener, you do find like a tiny little shriveled up sugarcane plant that is like a little like mashed up, and you are able to kind of like bust it open and kind of reap the insides of it if you wanted to.
It'll be like a Jimmy rigged kind of a tea, but it works. It's perfect. Thank you, Billy. That's
Amazing.
great. Awesome. Okay. Dante, how was your night?
I mean, it's quiet. That's pretty much all I can ask for at this point.
The stars are nice. That's nice.
They are.
Yeah, it was like a pretty eventful night, I do have to say, and I wanted to apologize too for just like leaving you in the dust with Brooke. That wasn't nice of me, and I know you got hurt, and I'm sorry, and I can definitely heal you up if you need any healing.
Apologies, huh? Ain't that something special? To tell you the truth, Dom, I didn't know. The last thing I thought you'd fucking do is bring me out in the woods and apologize. I thought I was gonna get
Why?
a fucking ass whooping and a half. You seem to mighty disapprove of a shit I pull.
I mean,
I can see it right there with that look you just fucking gave me.
no, it's not towards you. It's more of like introspective, right? Because I have done a lot of stupid, shitty things, and not saying what you did was stupid or shitty, but I understand. I understand like the anger you might be feeling, like, well, not exactly because I don't have like your experiences. I get it. Like I totally get it. I'm not disappointed in you. If anything, I feel really bad that you got hurt, and honestly, like, Brooke is a bitch. Like, I just can't even believe it. Like, what a bitch. Anyways, yeah.
Jeez.
If you, yeah.
Prickly.
But if you need anything, let me know. And from here on out, I promise to be better about having your back. And again, I'm really sorry to just like leave you in that situation by yourself.
You. Now, let me get this straight, doll. You acknowledge, and you've told me that you don't fucking understand exactly what I was doing, why I was doing it, and you're still doing what you're
Apologize.
doing. Yeah.
I mean, like, I have wanted to like drop a hoe many, many a times, trust me. So that part I can relate to. While I don't quite understand getting into fisticuffs in that way, I empathize. At the very least, I can sympathize with that. And I don't know what you've been through with her, but it must have been pretty intense for you to feel that way and react the way you did.
No,
So,
there's no need to analyze this. It's a way of life. There are two general ways that someone can assert themselves. It's either through physical force or verbal force. Ash does one, I do the other, and we both do it quite fucking well, to be honest with you.
you do. Agreed.
Brooke is just one assertive bitch, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I got what I wanted out of that exchange. You might not understand, but it told me what I needed to know. Honestly, I would have been disappointed if Brooke wasn't able to stand up to that. And the big trouble is with how Ash has been, well, fending her off. If she comes at anyone but me in any place that's not the same level as what I did to her, he's lost. And she's prickly. She's cold. But she is smart. She's not gonna lose to Ash to win against me. I'm not worth it. And in that way, I got what I needed.
Do you think she would?
I think if she could kill me, she would. Yeah, there's a lot of people that would do that. I make things difficult. That's what I do. Well, everyone but Ash.
Understandably, you've got like this like bodyguard mercenary thing going on. So
I, I've
I get
been
it.
told I look a little bit like a mercenary. I'm just taller.
Well, you rock with it. So yeah, lean into that. That's
Been told by a couple people maybe I should stop leaning into it, but you know, I'm one to contrary.
I always say if you feel comfortable and confident in what you're wearing and what you're doing, then you're on the right track. So, whatever that looks like for you, I'm here for it. But this has been interesting. I have never been in like a corporate battle before, so it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I thought there would be like, I don't know, like kind of like Ash did earlier. Like there was a lot of like exchanging of words, and she did so eloquently. I thought it'd be more like that, like more debating, but it's been interesting to see how physical it can get too. Like I did not expect that of Brooke. Like yeah, she's ripped, she's jacked.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
we get it, but like she can hold her own too. I wasn't expecting that. I guess like privilege can pay for that though, right? Like training.
Oh fuck
Yeah.
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 I've been. Gods, you gotta fucking eat right, be able to beat the shit out of like you don't punch someone in the first time and be able to punch someone immediately again. Your hands have to build up that whole thing, otherwise your skin cuts and tears. And goddamn, I could fucking punch a wall if I need to. Again.
Yes, I believe you could. I could not. My wrists would do that thing where and then they would probably just like pop out. But I have full confidence that you could absolutely punch a wall.
If you need
Like,
someone to punch a wall, I will be your man.
oh, thank you. I might. Good to know. Thank you. Well, I don't. Do you think Brooke will stay here? I know we'll probably move on, but did you guys like want to get rid of her before we left?
As long as she's taking advantage of these people, she'll be here. It's, well, maybe not obvious, but easy to tell from a knowledgeable perspective. Someone who's, well, I would say knowledgeable of how the world works. She's getting what she wants from these people one way or another. I ain't got the brains to figure out exactly what she's got. It's like, besides our reputation, which ain't gonna be fixed by us blowing Rook's bitch ass off the map, there's not much we can do. They're still gonna hate my sister, and that's why Brooke played her cards how she did, announcing my sister's name, our name, calling out Ash, not just being Ash, but Ash Smokespot. That is, she played her pieces right. It's just Ash had better pieces.
It's true. She did. Aim throwing is, I don't know, almost desperate. The way she did that. It was a little desperate. I almost feel like and I hate to say this, and I do want to help, but I almost feel like we're a little late to this situation. Like, things feel a little out of our control because we weren't here when everything happened.
If things were in our control, it would be easy. You have to learn to fucking pin it down where you need it. All you have to do is wait and listen. And if Ash tells me it's time to pack it in and go, I'll pack it in and go. But if we find something that I can pin down and keep in one spot and find out anything that's useful, we could do that too. I ain't worried about it either way.
Is there something that you want me to like keep an ear out for? Like hot goss?
Oh, gosh, what a man. Honestly, if the Glacial Exchange is doing anything, just make sure you know that they're doing it. Brooke's the smart one. The rest of them just following orders.
Yeah. Kind of got that vibe too. Brains and brawn. She's like the whole package.
Oh yeah, she'd be great if she wasn't such a piece of shit.
Ah, that's true. I mean, when you're like so blessed with that, there's gotta be like something rotten too, right? I get
Yeah.
it. Anyways, thanks for coming on this walk with me and helping me find this like mushy sugarcane and stuff.
Mhm.
It was nice getting to know you a little bit better. I know that we're like together all the time, but I don't know. It's different without the camaraderie and traveling.
Punching.
Yeah. Yes. Molding earth. The
All right.
sculptures. Scared
Well,
children. Anyways, yeah.
get back
Oh.
before whatever we're hearing in the distance comes back for us. There's
Yes.
wolves out.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna find. Everything I've experienced up to this point isn't like what I've seen so far.
Whatever we're going to experience has a high chance, and I say this as delicately as I can, will not be something that you enjoy. You just have to be ready for it.
There is wisdom in that.
Oh, there's no
For
wisdom, there's
sure.
just preparedness.
There is wisdom for sure.
So there is that.
I don't know. There's wisdom in preparedness.
Oh,
Have to
I'm
be
not having this
wise.
debate with you. Let's.
Okay, that's fine. Wise guy. And I'll walk back to the caravan.
We'll go back.
As both of you go back, are both of you getting rest, or are you just going to the caravan?
I'm going
to
to.
bed.
We will be getting a rest.
Okay. I will say both of you head back to start getting a rest. In the meantime, I will open it up. Ash, was there anything you wanted to do as you were on top, kind of making your own little hangout area last time we checked in?
I'm pretty much waiting for that message back from Mother. And I keep pulling out the little vial of the blue hair and like tipping it upside down and tipping it back and then putting it back while I'm setting up this area.
You do feel like you see like your book have like a golden glow on the inside on like one of the pages.
Ah, text received. I open the book and I like this like devilish smile like creeps over the top of Ash's face, and you see like where she's like set up her area, there's like kind of like spell components and stuff ready to go, and she sits down in the center of it and pulls out the hair. She puts it in her hand and you see it like set off in flames. And now I'm going to sit there and wait until Brooke falls asleep. And I'm just staring at the hair. And it's like on fire I'm officially in the spell now, and it takes effect as soon as Brooke falls asleep. And I'll just sit there and hold it.
I will say we're gonna move time a little bit for you, while it might not move as much for the other two. As you move like a little bit more ahead, you hit about 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, like give or take, based on what you can see from the world kind of moving.
Mm-hmm.
And as like the late night kind of jive hits, you do see that like piece of... Actually, describe it to me as she falls asleep. What happens now?
The hair officially burns up, like literally just like disappears from my hand, and the flame goes from like a red flame to a blue flame and disappears. And then you just see Ash's eyes roll back into her head. And there is just like this black over the top of her, and she enters Brooke's dreams. She needs to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage because I have her hair. But either way, I think I can still control the dream. Just trying to work out.
So,
Yeah.
if it was anything but disadvantage,
Yeah.
the first roll was a nat 20, but the second
Ah.
roll was a fucking 4. So she...
Cool. Excellent. So
Easy
this was
enough.
just the wisdom save just changes what I do with the dream, if that makes sense. So like, if she had failed it, I still get to control what's going on, but I don't get to like fully ruin her day. But if it was, but because she failed, what happens is you actually see Ash kind of like shimmer in the dream, and she takes on the form of Brooke's like flame from high school, and one of the business classmen, and he has this like green seaweed hair, and just like a cute polo and like shorts on and stuff, and they're just like relaxing in like what I would picture like a commons room sort of thing. And the crush is laying there with his like rippling water genasi muscles, and he like looks at Brooke, and his eyes go wide, and as Brooke looks down, she can see the chitinous bug skin start to crawl up her skin and starts to like overtake her skin as he just looks scared and awful until like he wants to like run away from her. And that is what she's going to dream about for the rest of the night as the scales just grow and grow on her. And yeah, she's going to take a bit of damage as that psychically hurts her.
Why?
12 points of damage as she dreams this horrible dream, and she is going to not get any rest tonight, so she'd wake up with a level of exhaustion in the morning.
She doesn't get her spells or anything back either.
Nope.
Ash,
Oh,
as,
shit.
as you run, like as you like... Oh, interesting. Okay, so as you horrifiably like run as her boyfriend at the time, Tide falls, you make your way like running ahead, like just kind of like booking it. You bump like elbow or like shoulder to shoulder with an older, like as like kind of like fading in from like the realm. You bump into what seems to be like an older water genasi in like a very pressed suit. Actually, I'm gonna fucking put it on screen for the moment. Look on screen as you know, you bump into Locke Grandwave,
Yeah.
Brooke's older brother, and as you bump into him, he kind of like straightens his tie and like almost ignores you as he like walks forward to where his sister would be. As a water genasi part of the glacial exchange, you would know very well who this is, as he is actually the head of the glacial exchange, as he makes his way over to Brooke. What do? Are you staying in the dream, or are you running out as soon as you do that?
See, I was going to leave once I like had just put the image in her and made it stick, but now that they're there, I want to leave. But as I do, I disguise myself as a picture on the wall, and I just stay there.
The last thing, you don't have to roll anything. You are very quickly.
I was gonna say,
like,
I could absolutely, I could do a roll if it was
you. All the rolls have gone very well already. You like easy like book your way as Tide falls. You run out of the scene, and the last thing you hear is, "I'm sorry," and you run out. as like it starts overtaking her as you disguise yourself as the picture immediately without any hesitation and put yourself up on the wall. Uh, she goes, no, 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 what is happening to me? And you see as Locke walks up slowly and stops at the end as he puts his hand in his pocket and looks down at Brooke, who's like slowly metamorphosizing into this creature. As Locke goes, I was coming here to congratulate you on a job well done, but at this point, Babel, I don't think you're worth the time and effort to tell you that you're worth anything. And he just stands there looking down at Brooke as Brooke like slowly starts metamorphosizing. She goes, please just get away, just go. I'm sorry. Can we please continue this later? As he is just like staring daggers. He has such a calm physique to him. Like he is not moving as you do see this like this long hair, like very like volumed hair, like go down the side of this water genasi with this press suit, standing there with almost like this charismatic smile down at Brooke, who's just transforming, and he goes, maybe maybe you're better off running one of our satellite businesses and not using the Grand Wave name. And you see as Brooke is just like getting worse and worse as like she looks up with this like carapaced back at this point, almost melting into the gaze that he has. And she goes, I mean, I'd say at this point you're probably worse than a smoke spite. And she just breaks. You see as this like young lady just like, it's not even like a tantrum, it's not like a moment, it's just she just like looks at Locke and looks like somebody who has had everything taken from them as she looks him in the eyes, and he says, can you please avert your gaze downwards? And she does, almost like a command, like she just looks down. As Locke turns back and starts making his way out, he says, clean yourself up. And he just makes himself walk forward. I'll say, Ash, you do hear like, almost because we are in a dream state right now, you do hear like a small internal monologue of just like, Babel was never a name of love. And he walks up. And you feel as Brooke is just at her lowest. Everything is just escaping her. And the dream starts fading away. You feel the emotions pouring into this moment, and she is just not here for it. As the dream starts to end, she takes the full damage. And
Wait, that's a lot for 12 points of damage.
sure is.
Yeah. 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 Cool. After that, oh God, I don't know. I don't think there's anything lasting I want to say. I don't think so. I'll leave it. And I just fade out of the dream, so the picture just disappears, and then there's me gone, and I'm back up on top of the roof of the Spectre Spirits. Come back to consciousness, and I say, "Sweet dreams."
You know, whatever happened to Brooke, she is devastated right now. And that ends the moment for you as you kind of revel in a job well done. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope.
All right. Are all of you getting rest at this point?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can shake that point of exhaustion too.
yeah. It was a good
Which,
day.
you know what, I wasn't rolling at disadvantage for all of my rolls, but since I rolled so shittily, I feel like that was karma just paying me back for not remembering. Sorry, Billy.
Oh, it's
Do we
okay.
get a long rest?
I need to know how everybody is getting rest. Are you taking a long rest? Are you guys like
How does long rest work if it's interrupted?
if it is interrupted, it is a short rest if it's like you don't get, in my opinion, if you don't get the full 8 hours. So if you wake up in the middle of the night and then you go back to sleep, like you're fine. But if you can't go back to sleep, then I consider it a short rest.
Okay, cool. That's what Ash would have done. You can rule it however you like. Ash was doing her rest because she only has to do she only has to do light activity to do it. So she was resting until Brooke fell asleep. And then once Brooke fell asleep, she was involved in that, so she was awake again, and then she went back to sleep after that. So if I need to sleep in longer, I will, just to make
I would
that
say
work,
that's
but
you waited until Brooke got to sleep. I would say that's considered a long rest to me.
cool. Easy peasy.
The two of you. What?
I sleep on a bed, sir.
Absolutely. Doll, are you getting a short rest, long rest?
Long rest. Yeah, and I think if Doll came back in and saw that all of like the pillows and blankets had been removed,
I put
she
them
would
all
be
back.
like, "Oh, Rochella, slay!" And then she would crawl up on the floor and go to sleep, maybe under one of the bunks, like on the floor.
Ash tried to put it all back the way it was.
Okay, no problem. She'll save that then.
Just messily,
Oh.
like imagine like blankets and pillows thrown onto where they're supposed to go rather than put
Yeah.
back. That's the vibe.
Okay, like it.
Dante, I need you to roll me a wisdom check or constitution, whichever one you want.
Yes, sir. I'm allowed Constitution.
Either one. I'll leave
That
it up to you.
turns it into a 24.
Okay. As you get some sleep, you drift off, and as you kind of start to dream, you like stand in front of, you stand in the city of Cosmoterra, and you see all like three, not including the Smokespite Empire. You see all three. You were standing directly in the bind, the middle of the city, as you're looking at all three of the other Genasi areas that are thriving and aliving. You look over at the Smokespite Empire, and it is dead with non-fire Genasi smoke rising. You see like many of the buildings like just flooded with like larger than established fires, kind of like peeking from all the different small buildings all over the place. And you do see like the biggest fire that you can see is coming from the palace area where your business and your home is based out of, and it is like roaring with flames. before you can react, you take a moment to look around, and Ash is nowhere near you. The last thing that you remember is you were actually going to meet your family at the palace area, and now everything is burning and just completely smoldering right now.
Do I have the option for logical thought, or is this illogical?
Right now, it's illogical. You just see everything going on. It's whatever feeling you have right now.
Ash at the house, or was Ash doing what she was doing in Pentagraven right now in my mind?
You don't even remember Pentagraven. You remember making a business deal at this palace, and you wanted to go meet with your mother and Ash and some other business moguls.
I'm gonna start going.
As you start running into the city, one of the Smokespite Empire guards stops you, like as you enter the city, and I need you to roll me an opposing
I
strength
fucking
check.
pick him up and
I bet you
him in the
do. I
fucking
need
floor.
I need an opposing strength check for sure.
Is it athletics or just strength?
You can do athletics.
Okay. 30-20.
Both of you are. I'm not even gonna have you roll another. Both of you are opposed right now, as he just fucking like football grabs your waist, and he goes, "Sir, sir, 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 you can't."
You ain't about
They're
to fucking
gone.
stop me. Get out of the way.
They're
Fuck
gone.
you.
They're gone.
Fuck you.
They're gone. As he yells out just loudly to you, "They're gone."
That ain't stopping me. I'm like trying to kick his knee out to keep running.
He is begging you as he has like his arms wrapped around your waist. They're gone.
And
They're
I'm gonna be
gone.
gone too. Get the fuck out of the way.
And as you say that, the city just explodes in a massive fireball. Before you have a chance to do anything, you wake up from this. Because of your role previously, you do get a full rest. But you just remember everyone in your city perishing. It was a massacre. But you feel like it didn't affect you being able to sleep. You just kind of went into action mode, almost.
The fuck? She would. Neither of them would even fucking be there. Shakes his head and kind of pushes his fingers into his brows, kind of like pushing the skin around like clay on his face. I'm just gonna. It's morning now. I woke up after the rest.
You woke up after the rest.
I'm gonna climb on top of the cart and make sure Ash is there.
Ash Doll, at this point, Doll, I don't know if you need a full... I don't know how your sleep works, but if you woke up before the rest of them, you can absolutely describe what you're doing right now.
I don't think I did. I think, if anything, she would probably need, like, another hour or two, just because, like, walking around and being alive, like, takes a toll on her joints and her tendons in her body. It does. Even just using this meat sack skin is difficult. So, yeah, she'd probably take a little bit longer. Yeah. Hibernating.
Then we will make it easy enough. Ash, would you think you woke up before Dante, or do you think that you slept
Because
about the same time?
I stayed up I stayed up a little bit late because Brooke didn't fall asleep till like 3-4 o'clock. She probably went back to just resting on top of the caravan, but she's awake the whole time anyway. So she's just, as soon as she sees Dante kind of head up towards the thing, she just waves and she's just writing in a book.
And it's just kind of like one of those things where he grabs on the side and kind of just pulls himself up to see. She kind of waves at him and just nods and goes back down.
Ash like goes to put the book away, but then as he like lowers himself back down, she like pulls it back out again. You alright?
When are we ever? The trick question. It's always.
Yeah, really. I ask that every morning. I get the same answer every morning. One day it'll change.
I'm just gonna, I guess, do some stretches in the morning. Wait for other people to wake up. Don't like being the person awake first. It's boring.
Doll will start to wake up and make some horrible death rattles in the morning as she just tries to recalibrate this body of hers that she's been dealt. She's gonna crawl out from under one of the bunks, kind of like any horror movie you've ever seen with like zombies where you're like, I wasn't expecting that, they're under the bed kind of a thing. Yeah, she's gonna do that kind of a thing. And then she'll probably stretch out as far as she can. I can't imagine like the top of the caravan is very high. How tall would you say it is, Billy?
I would say you guys could stand fully inside of it. So, like, it at least be, like, I think the tallest of you is, like, 7.5 foot,
Yeah.
maybe? So I'd say probably, like, 9 foot. Like, you're scraping.
Nine.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a bigger place.
That's huge. Yeah. Okay. So she will
Is it
stretch out
bigger
to her
on the
full height.
inside than it is on the outside?
Yeah.
It is bigger. It looks like
Seriously.
reminds you of like a police box, but you're like, man, this is interesting. It is definitely bigger on the inside.
Very cool. Very cool. Like, why is the sky so low? It's so high inside. And she will probably just start looking around, opening cupboards, seeing if there's anything that that Argyle has, like, because Ash had made like oats before. Like she made porridge the other day. So she's probably gonna look for something similar. See if anyone's hungry.
I would say, they're like without even having to like do an investigation or anything like that. You do find like there are cabinets full of like old dishes, like stuff like that, like maybe like plastic, like more disposable cups. And then you also find like some like older rations, in some of the cupboards, but like nothing that looks suitable for like, unless like you really like spiced it up, nothing that's like suitable for. But also, I'm sorry, you do also have like rations that you were given before you started the adventure, so like you have things you could cook with, but nothing specifically in his cupboards.
That
He
was all
hasn't
in the
served food in
food
a while.
supplies that are on the roof with Ash.
Mhm.
There's like
Oh.
food supplies that we got from the town, I believe,
Yep.
is what was said to begin
Valen
with, and so it's just like
Okay.
I just
Okay.
randomly came up with porridge. So yeah.
Okay, with the bigger stuff. Yeah, I guess like with knowing that, it's more out of like, again, curiosity, kind of like opening the fridge when you know that nothing really is good in there. So she'll probably just tinker around with that. And then seeing that there's probably no one inside, I'll make my way out. See what they're up to.
Dante, where are you going at this point?
It would just be around the caravan. It's not like I'm going anywhere. I have anywhere to be. It's it's like a slight perimeter, more of someone who wakes up at the house in the morning and then realizes that they're up too early and then begins walking around the house with not really any intentions of doing anything productive. That's what I'm doing, except it's around a wagon. So
Gotta love camping, you know?
I do love me some camping
I love
without
camping.
tents and sleeping outside and bad food, and
Yeah.
I don't think I like camping.
Let me ask, is anybody near the front of the caravan at all?
I mean, I've been doing rounds around it, so like I'd probably pass by the front of the caravan.
Dante, roll me a perception check as you're kind of like
God
walking by.
damn it! I don't want to roll ass.
What if you said it? It didn't come through.
And I said it in a
10.
very sad voice, so it could have just sounded like me crying.
You're pretty enveloped in the scene around you as like you start kind of like walking around the front of the clockwork bullfrog that pulls your caravan. You don't really notice too much at the given.
I feel like Ash is like
Wait,
doing
there's
that
no
thing where she's
frog?
like, there's no frog. She's doing that thing where she's like pretending to avoid somebody, but is like actively checking up on them. If that makes sense, you know, when you're like, I hope this person knows I'm ignoring them, and so she's like keeps like going to look over at Argyle and being like, but but like in a way that like she's not super paying attention to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Roll a perception check flat. Go. You can roll it flat.
Oh, I got an 18, 19, 19.
19. You're like trying to kind of be sassy about like the way that you're like perceiving Argyle. And like some of the time it looked like he was like genuinely sleeping. But you can see like the little like gaps under his eyes as like you can kind of see like his eyes like darting around under the eyelids as he's like not sleeping. It looks like honestly he's like going through something right now, but like is like trying to look like he's sleeping. But the bags under his eyes are like bad. Like it looks like he did not get any sleep last night.
Yeah, that's what he gets for not coming and talking to me. It's okay, I had fun anyway.
All right.
I do not say anything. I just keep that in my back pocket for later to be like, you look tired today, Argyle.
He doesn't say anything to you because he's like, I'm fine. It's whatever. As he looks grumpy towards the ground with his tiny little eyes, not open but open. At this point, the group of you see as some of the townspeople start kind of like heading towards your way. And some of the kids kind of walk up and go, excuse me, is anybody in there? And like kind of like walk up towards and like you hear like a knock, like a smack on the side of the caravan almost. Like a knock. Not anything like disrespectful.
I'll walk around since like I'm like kind of like we're all outside. We're just probably behind and around the caravan. I'll like peek my head around the corner. Hi. Yeah. You okay?
We were wondering when we were gonna get some more of the canned food they had. They usually serve in the morning and they haven't served anything. We were wondering if maybe it was just delayed.
Yes, great question. Hey, Ash.
Yeah.
They're wondering when they need to get when they can get the canned rations.
From Brooke?
Yes.
Well, maybe we should go find out what's going on. Strange. You'd think that they'd be up early handing out rations like they have been.
Ah, like she was so on top of that. I can't imagine why she's not. Yes, child. Yes, let's go see what happened.
Yeah, let's go find out.
Oh.
Thank you. And they start like kind of following, and some of the townspeople start following behind you. What do you guys do?
Before I leave, I'm gonna go back inside and get the ingredients for the tea. I've kind of left them to dry out overnight, but they're not totally dry yet. But I'll just take them with me, like, just in case I happen to run into Luther.
Yeah. Okay. As you scoop those up and you start making your way, I need like a walking order. Like how are you guys getting to this place right now? Foxmoth is knocked out, by the way. Completely sleeping still.
Just
Easy.
leave
We'll
her
just-
sleeping.
yeah. I got a surprise for her when she wakes up.
Mm.
Then we got. So I guess we're just walking. Ash. Dante. Ash Dol Dante. Ash Dante Dol.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean,
bring
it's
it
pretty.
back.
I'd
I'd
assume
say
it's
it's
pretty
pretty.
slow.
children are
Yeah,
leading
it's
us.
casual. We're not rushing, and
Yeah.
Ash is not showing any sign of like knowing what, where, who, when, or why.
Nothing
she's
happened
just-
last night.
Something happened. Something clearly happened. If she's not
Something.
here, I don't...
But nothing with you.
why would you even suggest such a thing?
I'm not suggesting anything. That
I was on top of the caravan
metagaming
the whole
pigeon.
night.
I mean, I can't.
That was a weird pigeon.
Yeah,
Weird.
that pigeon has a Valley Girl accent.
Yeah, speaking with animals, weird.
Yeah, so we very casually walk back over to where they're handing out rations.
So you guys enter the former Smokes Bite shop, and see everybody kind of like the crowd is like kind of like getting a little bit louder as they're like talking amongst themselves. You guys see that the office door and the tent door are both like closed. As you see, everybody is kind of just like talking loudly. Nobody is like noticing as you guys kind of walk in with the smaller group of townspeople that are
they
following
talking
behind.
about anything in particular?
Oh yeah, you can hear them just going. When do you think the food's coming? I mean, it's been a couple. Usually they serve it in the morning. And then you hear like another voice go, I don't know. It's been a couple hours. I mean, maybe they're just making more. Maybe they're just restocking. And they're just kind of like going back and forth talking about like the stock situation.
Shall we go
What do
check
you-
on Brooke?
Go see if
I
their
mean-
tent is still there.
Do
That's
you intend
weird.
on
They were
being-
so gung ho about this. Like they were
Hmm.
like territorial.
Yeah.
Do you intend on walking in front of the crowd of hungry people to address this, or because
If,
to get to
y'all
Brooke's
wanna check
office,
on-
they're their own wall of flesh right now, and
Yeah, but I mean, they're looking for Brooke. We could quickly. I could quickly calm down the crowd and provide food. But if you guys want to go check on Brooke,
What food? What
well, I can spend
from
a
our
minute.
rations?
No, I mean, I can.
You
I
have
can
to like
spend-
create food and
I
water.
can spend a minute and I got creation, which is like I can create vegetable matter. So I mean, they were looking for canned corn anyway, so I can create a bunch of vegetables.
Okay.
It's not instant food; they're gonna have to cook it. But I mean,
I
It's
don't
better than
think that they're
nothing,
too
right?
picky.
Yeah.
no. So I'm gonna do that. Is there any corn
Okay.
left? Or actually, I do. If there's no corn left, I have to go take like one or two things from our supplies, because then I just like multiply it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I have to take a small piece of one thing, and then I can create a bunch of it again.
Yeah.
So I go and do that. If you guys want to go talk to Brooke, or
Sure.
you want to go, yeah.
Brooke's
Here we go,
office had
Dante.
a
We're
frosted
two.
door, didn't it?
Did that
We
frosted
can-
door.
There are people moving around in it? Are there?
You make your way up, and no, you don't see any shadows moving behind the frosted door.
Put my ear up against the door and try to listen.
You put your ear up against the door, you don't hear anything.
Should we try it? Should we open? I can open it if you don't want to make that entrance.
I feel like my entrance was something I shouldn't go back on. I didn't intend on talking to Brooke again.
Okay.
You're welcome to try, doll.
Sure. Yeah, I'll try the doorknob.
Doll, the door opens. It's unlocked. As you swing the door open, You look inside of Brooke's office, and it is empty. The table that once held her rations and had like a lot of her cans stacked up to the ceiling, empty, gone. Everything that was on her desk, gone. All of her personal surroundings that you guys seen when you entered the first time, gone. It looks like whatever happened, Brooke left in a hurry, and the entire office area is just completely deserted.
Well, shit. She skedaddled pretty quickly out of here.
I'm gonna go over the office, give it like an actual search.
This is gonna be high DC. Give me a investigation check.
Guidance.
And get
Give
off.
you guidance.
Oh boy. 10.
You
I'm the worst.
find the only thing that you find on a 10 is gonna be, you see that the desk where the rations were stacked up seems to have like almost like nails, like somebody just like dragged their nails across it. Not like somebody got pulled away, but somebody just like was so upset they dug their nails in and just like pulled back. You, I would say you also notice like with a 10 you notice that whatever was there maybe hasn't been gone for long. Like there's still like a warmth to the area you're in, but that's about it.
You think she got spooked?
I think she's close but rapidly leaving. I think we need to check some. This was the only door in and out of this office, wasn't it?
The office, yeah. There is like a tent door that goes into the infirmary area that Doll was in earlier.
I think we need to check the infirmary. I think we need to check the main gate, the way in and out. And we have to do this now.
Do we have do we have a plan? Like, what are we gonna do if we catch her? Like, give them the rations. Shouldn't we just let her go?
Let's make that decision when we see them running away.
Okay.
If there's something
Did she
chasing
sleep?
them, I want to see.
I mean, it could have been these people. We don't know. Something could have happened last night. Maybe she saw something that we didn't see. Because she wasn't partying with us last night.
She was not.
Something definitely could have happened.
As the two of you are talking, Ash, you are walking back to the caravan to get like a little piece of. Okay.
Yeah. I'd let everyone know that I don't know the situation. We're gonna try and find Brooke and the supplies, but otherwise I'll be right back with some rations in the meantime, and they know that there's food coming.
As you start making it, people are in a panic, but like not like they're a little calmed down by what you said. As you start like walking back towards the caravan, you leave the shop and you start seeing the caravan, and you see Argyle like kind of with a disgruntled face sitting on the caravan seat, and you see the Clockwork Frog kind of just like sitting exactly where you left it. As you start making your way, you're about halfway there before you hear like a little bit of like a rumbling, almost like things are kind of like shaking a little bit. The shaking gets a little bit more chaotic. You see from the crater, like where the crater was, you see like a flash of light, and as like before you can react to anything, you hear like a and the rumbling stops. And all you hear, you can't see inside the crater, but you hear just a like a loud scream, just real loud, like a fucking warped shriek as it starts getting louder and louder and louder. And before you have a chance to react to it, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. As we pick up, not next week, we will be doing our special 4th week game, which is our awesome, great Matt ran game. That is our 4th episode. Sorry, if you haven't been to the show, every 4th Friday we give it to another show, and they pick up the reins where we left off in their own world. But you'll see Total Party Chaos pick up the Friday after, with all of us back, except good old JC,
No,
which
what?
sadly we will see the week after that. So please, if you love the stream and you loved hanging out with us, follow, like, do all those fantastic things. We are very, very, very close to 1K followers. So please, if you haven't followed and you've been watching tonight, go follow the channel. We love you to death. We really want to break that 1K. It's been a long time. We're very excited to hit it. But also, please tune in for the next Friday, because we are going to have some very fun things happen in the next Friday. And other than that, I think there is one last thing we have to say before we close out tonight's episode. What do we usually say? What's that thing we do? Are you ready for more tales? Let's fucking go.
Always.
Oh yeah! Woo!
Yeah.
Go kick butt, people. And stay tuned for a minute while we raid. We're gonna pick somebody and go raid a fantastic person. So,
Thank you so much for watching.
yeah, thank you guys. Seriously. Let's find a person to raid. Who are we raiding?
Are we off, or are we still live while we're picking someone?
We are live while we're picking somebody. Whoever
Hell
you guys
yeah.
want.
Find it in real time. While everyone else is looking, thank you so much for tuning into our TPK stream. We're happy to have you as always, and we hope that you're following. And if you want to see reruns on YouTube, you can see what we were getting up to shenanigan-wise before this. And have a wonderful rest of your night raiding whoever we've decided to raid. D in Denial.
Our
We're
friends, D in Denial. We are going over in just a second. Thank you all for watching. Check out the next episode. And, yeah, do great things, people. We love you. Bye.
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 And
And
we
swept.
are clear.